So the first thing we're going to learn today is the stances, or the kamae. And the first kamae is called Goho no kamae. And Goho no kamae, you need to hold the Kusari Fundo with the weighted end sticking out of your hands, with the two bottom fingers holding onto the Kusari Fundo. Then you turn your hand and slot that through the two fingers and drop it in. And then you have those two ends sticking out. That's how you hold the Kusari Fundo, and that is Goho no kamae. That's Goho no kamae. The next one is Jode no kamae, which is Jode no kamae. Jode no kamae. Next one is Geide no kamae. Geide no kamae. Tenshi no kamae. Tenshi no kamae. Ippu no kamae. Ippu no kamae. This is Ippu no kamae. Otonashi no kamae. It's around the back with your hands on your hips. That's Otonashi no kamae. Muso no kamae. With the right foot forward. This is Muso no kamae. And then Shimoku no kamae, which is the same as Tenshi, but it's outstretched. Shimoku no kamae. So those are the basic kamae of the Kusari Fundo. So the next thing we're going to learn is the nice little kata called Osama no kata, and it deals with putting the Kusari Fundo away quickly. And the first one, there's three components to it. The first one is you hold the chain outstretched, a little flick up, and it's gone. The next one, the trick to this one is you pull the bottom hand back towards your body as you guide it in. And the last one, from anywhere, you bring the Kusari Fundo up and take the middle of the chain and bring it down. Keeping in mind that's how you hold you bring your two index fingers and slip the end of the chain through, and it's gone. And we're back into Goho. So the strikes of the Kusari Fundo are the basic 8 directional strikes, which is horizontal, vertical and diagonal. The first one is called Naka Fury, and it's from Goho. So Naka Fury is you bring your hand up, and your palm is facing up, and you step forward and throw it out into the face of your opponent. So from Goho, Naka Fury, into the face of the opponent. And as you throw it, you step to give it that power. So that's Naka Fury. Next one is Tenshi Fury, which is the upward strike and the downward strike. That's Tenshi Fury. It's just here I'll note that when you want to slow slow the chain or change the direction of the chain, you need to just stall it out a bit, and to do that in an upward direction, if it's in an upward direction, you step forward, and if it's in a downward direction, you step back. So to stall it out, to change direction of the chain, in an upward direction, you step in and just take the momentum out of the chain, and in a downward direction, you step back. Step back. So that's changing direction. So this is tenshi, upward, downward. Next one is Yoko Fury, which is the horizontal side to side. So it's can be that, is that, and that. And as you bring it back, so it's bring your arm out to stop it from hitting you. And with the other side, you just stall it out. So it's 1, 2. It can be over the head as well. And that's Yoko Fury. Hapa Fury is the diagonal, which is the figure 8. In a downward direction or an upward direction. Okay, so those are the 4 directional strikes, as well as the Naka Fury, which is directly in front of you. So we're going to go into some, there's 4 basic drills for these strikes, and we'll go through them one by one. So the first one is called Kazumi. Kazumi is from Goho. We start Kazumi from Goho. We bring a Naka Fury out into the face. So it's a Naka Fury, and you bring it and you draw it back down to your left side. So it's a Naka Fury, and then you draw it back to the left side and go into a figure 8. So let's just do that. So 1, 2. That's Kazumi. So that's the drill. That's your basic drill for Kazumi. The practical application of Kazumi is strike into the face. Then as you bring it down to your left side and come over to begin your figure 8, it's a strike down to the side of the face, on the right side of the face. So that's, I'll just do that quickly. 1, 2. You really need to use your tojutsu in this, otherwise you're going to get hit. You can do it, you can practice slowly, so you can Naka Fury and then come back. Once you get used to that, then you can just start doing it quickly. So 1, 2. 1, 2. Notice I'm getting quicker as I go. 1, 2. 1, 2. So that's Kazumi. So the drill, 1, 2, The practical application. 1, 2. Kazumi. The next one is Kokuchi. Kokuchi starts from Issei no kamae, and it's a downward tenchi. So you start in a downward tenchi, and then go into a figure 8, and then change hands, and back again. That's Kakuchi, and that's the drill. So it's a downward tenchi into a downward figure 8, or Hopper Fury. It's a downward tenchi into a Hopper Fury, change hands, and back again. So that is the practical application of Kakuchi. That is the drill of Kakuchi. That's the drill of Kakuchi. The practical application of Kakuchi is it's a strike down to the head. Strike down to the head. 1. So as you strike down to the head, you draw it back to your left side. Draw it back to your left side where you're ready to strike again. So it's a strike down to the head and a strike back up to the side of the face, the right side of the face. So it's 1, 2. And we say 1, 2. One, 2. You can do it slow to practice. Just slowly. 1, 2. Practice with your taijutsu. Moving. 1, 2. And then do it fast. It's not fast, it's not effective. 1, 2. And that's Kakuchi. Next one is Sukuchi, which is similar to Kakuchi, except it's in an upward direction. So it's upward direction, then into an upward figure 8, and back. That's Kakuchi. That's the drill. From Issei again. Upward direction, upward figure 8, and back. Practical application is you're going to strike up into the chin of your opponent. So you're going to strike up into the chin. Strike up and then come back to your left side again. So it's strike up, and as you're going to bring it up into that upward figure 8, strike up and strike up into the side of the face in an upward strike. So just quickly, up, up. So that's Kakuchi. The next one is the next one is Shohatsu. Shohatsu, which is Yoko Fury. So you start from Tenshi no kamae. Tenshi no kamae. It's like you're drawing a sword. Step forward and strike out and back. Strike out and back. So that's the drill, and the application is basically that. You're striking to the stomach of your opponent and back. So from tenshi, striking out like you're drawing a sword and then putting the sword away. And as you bring it back, as you bring the chain back for the second time, so we're in tenshi, we're going to strike out and bring it back. When it's round behind you, you take it in halfway of the chain and bring it back as you turn around. Back into goho. So from tenshi, strike, strike, back into goho. So that's shohatsu. So I just want to go through just a couple of more little things, and then we can go on to some techniques. The first one is changing direction of your body while swinging the chain. So let's start from the tenshi downward direction. So if you want to change direction here, like if you're fighting someone here and somebody comes up behind you, you can flick it over and turn. Ready. And to go back, you can either turn and change hands, or turn back, you turn and bring it back. So to change direction, in a downward direction, tenshi, bring it over to the side and you don't bring it back. So you start your figure eight and you stay there and keep going the same direction as it was on the other side, and then simply turn around. To come back, you do that in the opposite. So you turn around and then bring it back. Or you can simply change hands while it's still spinning, or you could do an upward figure eight and turn around that way. So that's a really good thing to practice, because that's one way, or a few little ways, of turning your body while the chain is spinning. There's lots of other ways, but this one is really good to practice and get used to spinning the chain and turning. Okay. Block down into the nagare, into the face, and block down into the nagare, into the face, under the arm, and into soto nage. Block down into the nagare, into the face, into another soto nage. Trap the wrist and lock it to your chest. Step back and down into an arm bar, pulling it back. Block, lift the wrist, step back with your left foot to tighten it, then step back again with your left foot, coming around with the elbow into the bicep and using it as a lever to bring it down into an arm bar. Over the top, step back.
Very good.
Upward block, blocking both hands. Kick, coming behind him. It's a block to the side, loop the arm, come under, kick, bring him down, and step on the weapon, holding the other arm. Upward block, blocking both arms, coming with a kick, loop the head,